Hey, Cougars! We are so excited about our move to the hybrid schedule starting Monday, October 26th. We'd like to spend some time reviewing some important information that will help everyone with a smooth transition while maintaining safety for everyone. In this presentation, we will be covering remote versus physical student groups, daily wellness screeners, transportation, face masks, arriving to school, walking through the hallways, meals, and after-school opportunities. Students are assigned to one of 4 groups. Your accurate group can be found in Infinite Campus. Previous student group assignments indicated on your temporary school ID are no longer accurate. Please refer to the top of your schedule in Infinite Campus for your true group assignment. Students who have selected hybrid have been assigned to either Conant Strong or Cougar Pride. If you fall into one of these 2 groups, you will follow the calendar for Cougar Pride and Conant Strong to determine which days you are able to attend school in person. Some students have the option to be in the on-site group. Students who fall into this group have the option to go to school each day. Students who fall into the off-site group have elected to remain remote for the remainder of the semester. Students designated as off-site will not attend classes in person, but can come on campus when scheduled for academic supports, athletics, clubs, or activities. Cougar Pride and Conant Strong will rotate each week. Starting Monday, October 26th, Cougar Pride students will attend in person while Conant Strong students will remain remote. Tuesday, October 27th will be a remote day for all students due to SAT. Beginning Monday, November 2nd, Conant Strong students will attend in person and Cougar Pride will remain remote. There is no school on Tuesday, November 3rd. This will continue to rotate each week while we remain in the hybrid schedule. All students attending in person must bring their fully charged iPads and chargers each day. The daily schedule for group assignments can be found on the school webpage in the lower right corner. Daily attendance is critical to all students' success. All students who are in the off-site group or have elected to remain home will be expected to attend class daily through Zoom. Students always have the option to choose to remain home for the day. As long as students arrive on time and are participating in class through Zoom, a phone call is not required to our attendance office. Excessive absences for any student will result in loss of credit. Conant commits to staying safe. Several guidelines must be followed in order to keep everyone safe and healthy. We can all help. Complete your wellness screener on days that you are scheduled to be on campus. Wear a mask that fits snug to your face, covering your mouth and nose at all times. Masks with vents, bandanas, and gaiters are not allowed. Remain at least 6 feet apart and wash your hands often. Please stay home if you are feeling sick or if you have any symptoms. Wellness screeners will be emailed to you every day. Every student assigned to come into school will be expected to complete this wellness screener before leaving home. However, you do not need to complete this screener if you do not plan to come to school. It is critical that you answer each question truthfully. Anyone who has been tested for COVID and is waiting for results does not have permission to be on school campus. In addition, students who live with someone who's recently tested positive are also restricted and should contact the school nurse for further direction. This message means that you have passed the daily screener. Any students who have arrived will be asked to show this message. Have your screener out and ready to show staff when you are approaching the building. This message means that you have failed the screener. You should remain home and wait for a phone call from the school nurse. You will not be granted permission to be on site. Students who have made an error on the screener can come to school, but will require parent contact and need approval from a school nurse or an administrator.
All students who drive to school are required to have a parking pass appropriately displayed on their vehicle. Parking passes are assigned to specific vehicles and may not be shared. Remember, the parking lot is an extension of the school and all school rules do apply. While following a hybrid schedule, there is only one parking pass. However, parking is available across the street should the main lot be filled. The building will not be opened until 7:45, and just as a reminder, please wear your mask when you exit your vehicle and enter the building through door 25. If you are wondering what bus you will take to school, your bus number, stop location, and morning pickup times can be found at Infinite Campus by choosing the transportation link. If you arrive by bus, you will remain on your bus once it arrives at school until you are dismissed by a staff member. Students should remain at a 6-foot distance from one another after exiting the bus and form a line on the sidewalk towards the south end of the building. Spaces will be marked on the sidewalk to indicate safe spacing for students in line. Throughout the day, there will be multiple bus routes that bring students to and from school. Morning routes to bring students who are assigned to be in person for learning that day. Midday routes for students to return home after in-person learning. These buses will also pick up students and bring them back to the building for academic supports, activities, and athletics. This includes students who are not in attendance for in-person learning that day. The afternoon route will depart at 3:30 to bring students home after academic supports, activities, and athletics. And finally, the evening route will bring students home from school who have attended a practice or activity scheduled later in the day. Students will not be permitted to enter the building prior to 7:45 unless they are enrolled in an early bird course. All who enter the building are required to wear a mask. Face coverings such as bandanas, neck gaiters, and masks with valves are not permitted. It is important to have your wellness screener completed before arriving to school and to have the confirmation screen prepared to show to the staff member at the door. This screen is the green check with your name and the date. If you have not passed the wellness screener and received a notification with a red X, you will not be allowed in school that day and you will be required to return home. When entering the building, it is also important that you have your student ID ready to be scanned. This will keep the entrance process moving along smoothly. Students without an ID will be required to provide their ID number upon entering the building. And as always, students are expected to maintain a 6-foot distance from one another at all times. The entrance to school will have a station set up in front of the door where a staff member will ensure that all students have completed and passed their wellness screening. After entering the building, students will scan their school ID or provide their student ID number before proceeding through a designated area that will take their temperatures. Should there be a reading that a student has an elevated body temperature, they will be escorted by a staff member to meet with a nurse. Students who walk to school or get dropped off by car will enter the building through door 1. If necessary, students who are dropped off will form a line towards the east side of campus to enter the building. Students who walk to school will form a line towards the west end of the building. Safe distancing in these lines will be marked on the sidewalk and monitored by school staff members. Breakfast will be available to all students free of charge. Students who choose to eat breakfast will be able to do so in the cafeteria, faculty cafeteria, and atrium. These spaces are the only spaces where eating is permitted. Students who choose not to eat breakfast will be able to sit in the media center or auditorium prior to being dismissed to their classrooms. Students will be released to their first period class at 7:55. Prior to 7:55, no students are permitted to be on the second floor.
Once you have successfully passed your wellness screener, you will be ready to go to school. Entering the building will look a little different than it has in the past. These students are demonstrating how you will show your wellness screener on an electronic device before being permitted to enter the building. Everyone must wear a mask that fits snug to your face, covering both your nose and your mouth at all times. When you walk into the building, you will pass through a thermal scanner that will read your temperature. Hats and sunglasses must be removed in order for the scanner to work properly. Also, be sure to look up at the cougar. All students will scan their ID after passing through the temperature scanner for one last verification. Don't forget to keep a safe distance while you are walking to your classes.
As you move through the building, there are a few important things to remember. Masks must remain on at all times, fitting snug to the face, covering nose and mouth. There will be opportunities for mask breaks in the cafeteria during the day. Stay to the right when walking through the hallways. Maintain 6 feet of distance. Students will not be assigned hall lockers, so you may want to bring a backpack. PE locker rooms will not be accessible. Students will not be required to change for wellness classes.
Whenever you're walking in the hallway, follow the arrows on the signs that are shown and stay on the right side, or this might happen to you.
Whoa, hey guys, Dylan's walking the wrong side of the hallway.
Seniors, we know it's a cool thing to hang around the garbage can, but we cannot have that this year. When you see your friends, make sure you stay 6 feet apart while you're saying hi, and then quickly move to your next classroom.
Conant commits to keeping you safe. Student desks have been safely separated and should not be moved. Desks that have been taped should not be touched and must remain in place. Staff will disinfect the desks and chairs at the end of each class. Each passing period is 5 minutes. Students will be released in alphabetical order in groups of 3 in order to reduce crowding in the hallways. When you arrive to class, you may need to dry your desk before sitting. Students can use the washrooms throughout the day. Bathrooms will be limited to 2 people per bathroom, and students should maintain at least 6 feet apart at all times.
When entering the bathroom, please don't go in with a group of people. Why would you do that anyway? Instead, wait patiently while socially distanced until the hall monitor allows you to enter the building.
Teachers will spray and sanitize your desk and chair once class is over. If you enter and you want to re-sanitize your area, you are welcome to, but make sure that you let it sit for 3 minutes. If you get to your desk and chair and you notice that it is very wet, you can use a paper towel to wipe it up. Just ask the teacher if it's been 3 minutes since they sprayed.
Students who have a study hall 1A or 1B and have received parent-guardian permission can have a late start. Students with a second period start should arrive no sooner than 9:15. If you have a 4A or 4B study hall, and if your parent has given permission, you may leave school at the end of third period. All other students must remain in their assigned study halls indicated on their schedule. Attendance will be taken. This will no longer be a free period for upperclassmen. This is not intended to be a punishment. This is simply to help students stay safe as we follow state and local health guidelines. As mentioned earlier, students may grab a breakfast when they arrive, before first period. In addition, a grab-and-go lunch will be offered to all students as they are leaving after 1 o'clock. Lunch carts will be positioned outside for students as they are leaving the building. Students who stay in the building for lunch must be signed up for an academic support and must report to the cafeteria or the atrium and follow social distancing expectations. Any students who do choose to stay in the building after 1 o'clock must be signed up for 2 o'clock academic supports. You can sign up through Sign Up Genius in Schoology. Tutoring for specific courses or general study halls are an option. All students who are staying after school must sign up for a study hall or an academic support in order to have a designated location between 2 o'clock and 3:30. We have spent quite a bit of time talking about what is different at Conant High School, But we do not want to end without highlighting the things that remain the same. You will see many of the same familiar, warm, and friendly faces, and we can't wait to see you. We have missed you and look forward to seeing you soon. Commit to staying safe and healthy. We are here to support you, and we care about you.